to nothing, about 13%, and now he's leading in polls, and I think he's got a good chance to win. Rosa was out in LJ this morning handing out pamphlets and putting stickers on people's chests, and you'll be surprised at the good response she got in LJ. And of course in South Georgia and around Atlanta is the key place. Jason feels that if he gets 30% of the white voters in Georgia, he'll win. And he's making very good progress. He's ahead with women, which shows, I won't say what it shows. But I think one thing that I like to point out to New Yorkers and all that want to see Democrats win in the future is that Georgia has the most powerful governor in the nation. Our legislature is restricted to just 35 or 40 days a year that they can be in session. They have to go home by the Constitution. And the governor can veto anything he wants to, and without any doubt that it will be overridden. And he has line item veto on the budget. And the governor appoints, in effect, the second person in Georgia. The lieutenant governor has practically no authority. So if the governor leaves the state, the executive secretary, who he appoints, is the governor until he gets back. So all of these things show that Georgia has a powerful influence. And I know that when I was governor, all the candidates running for president in 1972 came to Georgia and spent the night with us in the governor's mansion, and that's why I learned that I might be president someday myself. But it shows that Georgia is kind of a key state in the Southeast, and I think if Georgia can go Democratic, and the whole political party of the governor in Georgia goes Democratic, it'll have a profoundly beneficial effect on Tennessee and Alabama and the other states around Georgia. So that will bring good benefits to y'all. As Andy pointed out, Jason is a clean-cut young man. He's completely honest and fair. He believes in good education. He believes in jobs for the middle class. Jason went to Duke University, then he came down to be an intern at the Carter Center and worked all over the world for us. And then he went into the Peace Corps in South Africa, where he got to know the difference between good and bad. And under Nelson Mandela's presidency in Alabama and in South Africa, he saw that even poor people and rich people could be inspired to work together if they have a good and strong and honest leader. So he learned a lot from Nelson Mandela as well. He came back to tell him what it was?
Mandela's story.
Okay, okay, well, Nelson Mandela was a good friend. He worked very closely with the Carter Center, and when he was in the Peace Corps, Jason was, now down in South Africa, I was going to visit with Nelson Mandela. I had a lot of business to take care of with Nelson, and Jason sent me an email and said he wanted to meet Nelson Mandela when we went. I didn't really want anybody else in the room with me, but he insisted. He finally said, look, I want to meet a politician who went to jail before he was in office. So he did. The thing that just made me, Jason did go to meet with us with Nelson Mandela, and unfortunately, when we greeted each other, I said, good morning, Nelson, I'm glad to see you again. Jason said it in Zulu, which is Nelson Mandela's native language, and you can imagine who talked to whom. He couldn't get a word in his right. Well, anyway, Jason will be a wonderful governor. He's got a darn good chance to win, but it's very close. And the Republicans see also the benefit of Georgia going their way. So if Georgia goes Republican, it's very likely that the negative influence all over the Southeast will spread out of Georgia. When we had a Democratic governor of Georgia, Georgia was on the way up. We were very proud to have people like Jim Sassa and Ned McWhirter here in Tennessee, and to have other people in Georgia, Roy Barnes and Sam Nunn and others in Georgia to represent us. But it's a different environment now. You can see, after 12 years of Republican leadership in Georgia, we have gone down to the bottom. Tennessee is ahead of Georgia in unemployment rate. Georgia is number 50. 51 as a matter of fact if you count D.C. And so Georgia's going downhill. Jason's going to turn it around. So